live. Had to turn the phones off and everything, but we're live. I am live here today with Jessica Frasier of Hope Again Counseling. And if this is your first time watching me live, oh my goodness, it's still ringing. If this is your first time watching me live, I'm a busy businesswoman, as you can see. My name is Terry Alford. I am known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping business owners build wealth and financial freedom so that we can live, lead, and leave multi-million dollar legacies. And Jessica and I, we were on a summit together. Was it a couple of months now? Oh my gosh, time goes by so quickly. It was like 2 months ago. Oh my goodness, everybody wants to call me. Oh, I know who that is. That's one of my insurance carriers. They'll have to wait. Okay, so 2 months ago, 2 months ago, we were on a summit together and we were in a breakout room together. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just love your energy. You are full of wisdom. I want to connect with you. And here we are now getting ready to prepare for Jessica's grand opening right outside of Waco, Texas, for her business, her counseling company. And I want to tell you a little bit about her. And then I want you to hear from her what she is so excited about and why you should participate in the Day of Hope. So Jessica Frasier is a licensed professional counselor, boasting a rich tapestry of qualifications, including certified integrative mental health professional, certified trauma practitioner, and advanced grief recovery method specialist. She's also a visionary founder of Hope Again PLLC in Waco, Texas, originally Friendswood, Texas. Jessica exemplifies a commitment to holistic mental wellness. She began her journey at the University of Texas in of Permian Basin.
Permian.
Permian Basin, never heard of it. And I am recovering, you all. I was sick for a few days, so I'm still, getting the meds out my system, but I'm here. Praise the Lord, I am here. Where she earned her master's degree in community and school counseling in 2015. Driven by personal loss experiences, Jessica has cultivated a profound passion for guiding individuals through grief, positioning herself not only as a counselor, but also a passionate companion on the path to healing. The goal of Hope Again is to help light, or it is to help us see that there is light at the end of the tunnel and each day gets a little bit brighter. Thank you again for being here with us, Jessica. Thank you for sitting through that introduction. That introduction. And you know what? I know that I have not been feeling my best, but I said, you know what? I got to do this for my girl. I got to do this for my girl. So thank you again for being here. I want you to first tell us why, because there are a lot of business women that follow my page and look at the things that I have to offer. And one thing that we focus on with my group, which is Business Women Building Wealth, is mindset, money, and movement. It would be ironic to not mention counseling or therapy when we speak about mindset. Like, we have to speak about therapy and mental wellness. And I am not a therapist. I am not a mental wellness practitioner, but you are. So
I
tell
am.
us, first of all, why should we prioritize our mental health and our mental wellness?
Well, so first of all, thank you for having me on. I'm so excited to have you with me on Sunday. So just thrilled to be here. I love your energy, and you are so good at lifting people up, and especially women in business. And so I just appreciate your heart so much. So why is it important? Okay, you don't have to have anything wrong with you to need to go to therapy, right? Therapy is such a gift if you give it to yourself. So you don't have to have a diagnosis. I was a private pay practitioner for the first 5 years because I really believe that we don't have to have a diagnosis to seek out therapy. And I love that you use the word mental wellness. If we are not mentally well, then we're not going to be physically well, and we certainly are not going to be well for our businesses. And so it's like that trickle down effect. If you are mentally well, your business will thrive. You will thrive, your employees will thrive, all of it will be, so, I mean, it'll be good, right? And if you are not mentally well, there's a trickle down effect too, right? And your business won't be well, your employees won't be well, nothing is going to go your way. Think about like if you're a parent and if you're at home and if you're in a bad mood, guess who else is in a bad mood, right? Your kids are.
House.
The entire house, the kid, your spouse, your partner, whomever, like if you feel that energy. And so mental wellness truly is about being able to deal with the hard things, being able to experience more joy, and being able to function clear-headedly with an open mind and just ready to receive whatever it is that you need to receive for your business. So therapy is good for everybody. You don't have to be depressed to go to therapy. You don't have to be anxious. And if you are and you're not seeking therapy, please do. It's so nice to have an unbiased person in the room who is not going to try to just give you advice to tell you how to fix it. Right? As a therapist, our job is to help support you to figure out what it is you need to do to get to a place of wellness. So my job is never to tell you what to do. It's to support you so you can figure it out and feel empowered to be well. And then again, you have that trickle down effect and everybody benefits from that.
Yes, that's so powerful. I'm glad that you started off by saying you don't have to have a diagnosis. Nothing has to be wrong with you in order for you to seek out therapy and counseling. So I'm glad that you started there. And then you also mentioned, like, if you're not well, your entire house is not well. Your entire business is not well. Your entire church is not well. Your entire organization, your nonprofit, like none of the things that we put our hands on are going to be able to be as great as they can be if we are not as great as we can be. So I'm glad that I actually do have a therapist. I started seeing my therapist, I think, for the first time in 2022. And it really has been a game changer. And one of the things that I love about speaking to my therapist is that I get to actually think out loud. Like, sometimes we have these conversations with ourselves and we're like, well, girl, well, and I'm one of those people who say, girl, you should have did this. You should have did this. You're supposed to be doing this. Why you not doing that? And so I didn't even realize that I actually had a lot of negative self-talk until I actually went to see my therapist. And she was like, I want you to eliminate the supposed tos and the shouldas out of your vocabulary when you are speaking to yourself. And it was a process, and it still is a process. So there are things like that that you may not know that you need help with, that you will actually discover when you are speaking to a mental health profession. So a professional. So thank you very much for sharing that. So tell us about a day of hope. We are going to have a day of hope on Sunday, September the 8th in Waco, well, a suburb of Waco, Texas. So it's worth the drive, it's worth the flight. I'm glad that I will have an opportunity to speak at the event, but I'm also excited to get to know the residents of Waco, Texas. So tell us, what should we expect and how did this vision come about?
So my practice is called Hope Again Counseling. And whenever I decided to open up my practice, I had a sheet of paper and I just started writing down all of the words. What did I want people to experience when they walked into my office? And so there was like healing and joy and like all of the things, right? But the word that kept coming to me was hope. And hope, depending on what lens you're viewing life through, can mean many different things. There's lots of biblical components to it, but there's also non-biblical components to it. And I love that like the most simple definition of hope is the desire for something better, right? And what I know about hope is that you can't heal without it. You can't find recovery. You can't experience peace without hope. And lots of times when people seek out therapy, it's because they've lost hope or they are on the brink of losing hope, right? And once that happens, then we get to some pretty serious concerns. And so my goal is that people come to find hope again so that they can experience joy, healing, peace, redemption, growth, whatever it is that they're looking for. And so that's been my goal for my clients since I've started. And now we just moved to Waco. So we left the Houston area and we came to Waco, and nobody here knows me. And so I thought, well, why not host a company lunch party? And that's where this started. And it really has morphed into this beautiful community event. So yes, it's a company launch party. It's like, yay, Hope Again Counseling is here in Waco. So we're going to start with that. But really what the whole day is about instilling hope. And what I'm hoping for guests is that they come with an expectant heart. They come not knowing what they're going to get, but just being prepared to receive whatever it is that they're meant to hear. So we are going to have shoppers. So you can do some Christmas shopping in September. I know people are like, come on, Jessica, hold your horses. But for me, I like to check people off. So you can do some shopping to start. And there's going to be light refreshments and infused water and just good food and good snacks and drinks. And then be inspired by some speakers. So I have 5 amazing speakers that have agreed. Terry's one of them. And Terry, yay, Terry. And I did meet, like she mentioned, for an online summit for women in business. And I felt her energy the first time, and I had in the back of my head, I was like, man, she would be a good speaker, but I didn't bring it up. But then we met for lunch. I drove up from Waco to Fort Worth, and the energy was still there, right? Terry was still like empowering everybody at the table and just positive. And I thought, okay, I'm going to ask. And she, of course, was like, yes, clearly, because we're doing this live. So she's one of the speakers, and we're going to talk about, she's going to instill hope for finances and financial health and wellness. And I have a speaker that's going to be talking about physical health and whole body health and nutritional health. And I have a speaker who has, gosh, this beautiful story of hope and redemption. And another one who had a terrible car accident as a teenager, and she truly has recovered and is now speaking and instilling hope to the masses to show you that you can be who you're meant to be no matter what the circumstances are. And so the theme is a day of hope, just hope, where you are going to come, and hope is the belief that your future can be better than the present and that you have the ability to make it happen. So I started by saying hope is a desire, right, for a better tomorrow. But really what I love about the theme of a day of hope is that you have the ability to make it happen. It's not something that's just going to fall out of the air. Whatever it is that you want is possible if you have the tools. And so every single speaker has a different message of hope. They're not all the same. Some have some biblical verses in them. Some are not religious at all. Some are about financial health. Some are about physical health. And so it's really just come with an open heart and ready to receive whatever it is that you're meant to hear. And maybe all 5 talks empower you, and maybe only one does. I have a physical therapist that's going to teach you how you can heal your body. What an amazing skill. He's going to have his wife there and show you how her body was healed. And so, gosh, just a little bit of everything. And I'm so excited for it. And we're going to end with a little sparkling juice toast to really say, okay, Hope Again Counseling's here in Waco. And I hope that whenever you meet somebody who maybe is struggling, you'll remember that you'll remember my name, and that I was kind and didn't cause harm and was friendly, because going to therapy is scary. And if you can put a face to a name and know this person didn't cause more stress, she actually caused a little bit of calm and peace and hope, then hopefully you will feel a little less scared when you make that phone call to seek out therapy.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And before we wrap up, there's one more thing I would like to ask you to do if you feel comfortable. If you don't, it's okay.
Okay.
But I remember being in one of your virtual sessions, and you were sharing with us like our bodies, like the way that our bodies feel and operate is a direct reflection of what we're feeling on the inside. And so you had us do an exercise where we would say certain things, and then we would, we would
Yeah.
pat ourselves, and then we would pat ourselves. And like, can you tell us more about that experience? Because I was actually driving when I was listening in on that session, but it was just so powerful. I was like, I was trying to do it, but it was so powerful. And if you could just share some tips in regards to that exercise and what that exercise can unveil for us,
Mhm.
that'd be great.
Yeah. So EFT tapping has been around since the 80s, and it's really such a great tool to use for anything. So sometimes people use it to quit smoking. Sometimes people use it for depression or anxiety or public speaking. I had a client once who had to give the maid of honor speech at a wedding, and she was terrified about it. And it was in Austin and she was in Houston, and I had taught her how to do this, and she pulled over on her drive to the wedding to tap, and she was successfully able to deliver this beautiful maid of honor speech. And so anyways, I love tapping for so many different reasons. It's a little bit of a like it takes Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy and puts them together. So Eastern philosophy being like acupressure points. So the acupressure points are your inner eye, your outer eye, under your nose, your chin, and then under your collarbone, there's a soft spot. And so you can tap around it or just find that little soft spot. It doesn't hurt. And then under your arm, about 4 inches, where your bra strap ends, and then the top of your head. So those are the acupressure points that have been linked to calming our amygdala. And our amygdala is this little almond shaped part or walnut shaped part of your brain in the very center back of your brain. And this is fight or flight. So this is where your brain senses danger. And I always like to use this flashing light, like whenever something happens that causes an alert in your body, your brain starts to do this flash, like danger, danger, danger. And your brain doesn't know the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and test anxiety or fear of public speaking or an impending wreck that you're about to hit. Your brain doesn't know the difference. All it knows is danger, right? And when that happens, all thinking stops and everything, all the blood flows to your extremities so that you can be prepared to fight, flight, or free. Fight, flight, or freeze. So everything like logical thought stops. And so tapping helps teach your brain that the thing that you're fearful of is not as scary as it is. And so the acupressure points tell your amygdala to calm down, to stop the flashing and to calm down. And then the Western side of it is positive psychology. So, well, a little bit of exposure therapy and then positive psychology. So the exposure therapy is saying the thing that you're thinking out loud already. So that's saying the thing that you're thinking in your head, whether it's I'm going to bomb this test, I didn't study enough, life is awful, I'm worthless, whatever it is, the things that you're saying in your head, you say them out loud because your brain believes what you tell it. But if you say it out loud while tapping on these points, then your amygdala starts to calm down. And then you replace it with positive truths. So, Terry, give me a common feeling that you hear from the women you work with.
I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough. So maybe the feeling is I feel, because that's a thought. So what would be the feeling attached to that? I'm
Unworthiness.
I'm unworthy. So let's just practice it. Do you want to practice it so people can get an idea?
Let's do it.
Okay. So you start with a karate chop point and repeat after me. Even though I feel unworthy.
Even though I feel unworthy.
I deeply and completely.
I deeply and completely.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Even though I feel unworthy.
Even though I feel unworthy.
And I'm not good enough.
And I'm not good enough.
I deeply and completely.
I deeply and completely.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Even though this unworthiness is making it difficult.
Even though this unworthiness is making it difficult.
I deeply and completely.
I deeply and completely.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough.
Why did I go down this path?
Why did I go down this path? I made some financial mistakes. Why did I do that?
I'm unworthy to receive wealth.
I am unworthy to receive wealth.
This generational trauma is not going to leave.
This generational trauma is not going to leave.
I am who I am.
I am who I am.
I am unworthy.
I am unworthy.
Because Who would be worthy?
Because who would be worthy? Why me? Why would I be worthy?
I don't know that it's me.
I don't know that it's me.
Is money really in my future?
Is money really in my future?
Can I truly experience success?
Can I truly experience success?
This this is overwhelming.
This is overwhelming.
I don't know how to get past this.
I don't know how to get past this.
Am I worthy?
Am I worthy? Yes, I am.
People say I'm worthy.
People say I'm worthy.
But is that just for show?
But is that just for show?
Maybe I am worthy
Maybe I am worthy
because I am capable.
because I am capable.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am strong.
I am strong.
God made me perfect
God made me perfect
in his image.
in his image.
And if that's true,
And since that's true,
I
I
am worthy
am worthy
and I deserve
and I
wealth,
deserve wealth,
health,
health,
and peace.
and peace. Whew, I feel better already.
Mm. So I totally just made all that up, right? Because I'm not in your head. But what's the beautiful thing about tapping is whatever you're saying to yourself,
Mhm.
whatever you're saying, say it out loud and tap on it until your body no longer has a physiological response, until no longer your heart races, or until no longer you're sweating or feel uncomfortable. And then once that feels like, huh, maybe this isn't as scary as I think it is, then you replace them with positive truths. And the research says that's not even necessary, but I don't like ending on a negative note. So I do the positive, but you don't even have to do that. Just say out loud whatever it is that you're thinking, because your brain believes what you tell it. And if you're speaking these untruths, your brain's going to treat it as reality. And it's going to treat it as it's something that's fearful and it's something that I need to live by. So say it out loud, get it out of your head, tell your brain to calm down, and let's speak positive truths, things that are based in reality. And it's such a beautiful process. And you can look up scripts. So it's not easy to start by yourself, but you can do like tapping for anxiety, tapping for weight loss, tapping for financial insecurity, whatever. And there's going to be tons of free scripts. And just do those until you feel really good about it, and then start speaking out loud, whatever it is that you're telling yourself.
Oh, that was beautiful, y'all. This was not rehearsed. I just
No,
spot. And so that was good. That was good. But I feel like somebody who's watching this live or someone who's watching this replay may actually be feeling those things and they're going to say it and then they're going to reverse those negative thoughts and say, you know what? No, I am worthy. I am worthy. So give us any final remarks that you have to tell us why we should be at a day of hope and why we should continue to live each day with an abundance of hope. Excuse me.
So just remember, you can't heal without hope. We need hope. And hope is truly just a desire that you can have a better future. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So I've hosted a retreat before that's called Refresh and Restore. And the word restore means getting back to a place of wellness. And I believe we are born well. We are born knowing how to experience health, joy, positivity, wellness, and just be who we're created to be. And so hope is getting back to that, like finding that place, like I can be back. I can get back to that. I can live a life free of anxiety. I can live a life free of depression. My specialty is grief. I can experience joy again. I can experience healing. My grief is never going to go away, but I can learn how to journey through it and live with it in a healthy way. And so come experience whatever it is that you're meant to experience for a day of hope. Come here just with an expectant heart. Drive to Waco. If you're not here in Waco, it's a 2-hour drive. Stop at Magnolia Farms, go to Heritage or Magnolia Marketplace, go to Heritage Farms, make a weekend trip of it. Have fun. It's only 2 hours from DFW, depending on where you're at. And so it's not that bad of a trip at all. I've done it multiple times. And if you're coming up from Austin or Houston or wherever, like we're a good central location, but really just come not knowing what you're going to get, and have an open heart so that you can leave inspired. I guarantee everybody who comes is going to leave hearing something that inspires them.
Yes, well, as Jessica stated, come with the spirit of expectancy. I thank you all for watching this live. If you found it to be beneficial to you in some type of way, please give us a thumbs up, give us a heart. Thank you, Brandon. I see that you're watching on Facebook. Thank you for all of your support. He's actually one of the speakers at one of my upcoming conferences. So thank you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this video or just have just a little bit more hope in their day, make sure you share this video. Thank you again, Jessica. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you on Sunday, Jessica, in
See you
Wake
on
Up.
Sunday. Bye,
Adios.
y'all.